we can get started here. So good. Good morning. It's 9:30. I'm going to be splitting my view from here to over here. But good morning to all of you in person, and good morning to all of you online for Coffee with the Birds today. It is February 11th, and this is our third Coffee with the Birds of the season, and I want to thank you for coming. Really excited to have you here. It doesn't feel like February. Well, it's cold, but it doesn't look like February. All the snow melted. I'm sure we'll get more before the end of the season. So we'll see what kind of bird life we get on a day like today without the snow. But there's been pretty consistent traffic here. My name is Curtis Dykstra, Park Naturalist with Ottawa County Parks, and has anybody not been to a Coffee with the Birds before? Raise your hand. This is your first one. Okay. And I mean that by like in person, right? Has anybody been online only and this is your first in person? Awesome. Well, a special welcome to you. And who's been here the most? Who's been to everyone this year? Look at that. Excellent. Those of you online too, tune in, say hello. Let us know your name if your username is different than your actual name. And let us know how many times you've been tuning in to Coffee with the Birds. We do have a little bit of a delay on the video, so I'll get back to those questions in just a little bit. But glad that you're here with us today. So, what is Coffee with the Birds? That's what I'm going to talk about first. You can look up at the screen here, and Coffee with the Birds is, and actually, can you go to the next slide? I need to go to the next slide. We've got two presentations, one that's online, Riley's controlling, to match what I'm doing here. So as you can see, it is feeder watching session 1 right now until about 10:20, 10:30, and then I'll do a presentation in the other room at 10:30. I'm going to turn that off for a second. And today it's Boreal for Real. It's a story about searching out for an elusive Alaskan owl. And then at 11:10, we'll be back in here for another feeder watching session. But who makes this possible? Coffee with the Birds is an informal time to enjoy coffee, pastries. Who's got coffee? Right? Who's got the pastries? Who's got the donuts? If you don't, then it's not a true experience. But also birds and community. So we're gathering around things. Hopefully all of us love all of these things, and that's what brings us together to create community. And that's the main thing. We'll be doing bird ID at the feeders here. We'll be answering questions about whatever it is you have questions about with birds. I'd like to hear some bird stories. I've already heard a couple this morning, and feel free to bring those stories back up of the birds you've been seeing out and about or in your backyard. Questions, curiosities, stories. Birding tidbit presentation, like I said today. But I want to thank the sponsors today for their involvement in Coffee with the Birds. No? I need to get this on a feeder that has some birds on it for those online viewers. So, while I'm thinking of it, I'm going to just say thank you for your patience with me, those of you in person here, as I manage a camera and an online audience that's out there that we cannot see. So I'm going to be trying to look into this camera here and face them in this camera, as well as face you here, and we're going to try to find that nice balance. I think I heard somebody say there's a cardinal.
It's in the hemlocks.
In the hemlocks. So take a look in the hemlocks for cardinal, female cardinal. I'll quick get through this here. Our sponsors. We're thankful to Awashinon Islands Audubon Society for their financial support of paying for the feed at the feeders, or some of the feed. We go through a lot, especially this year. We've gone through a lot, but they help support us in a major way that way. Simpatico coffee is the coffee you're drinking. Bird-friendly coffee from the tropics that's shade grown under the canopy, an intact canopy of trees where the birds can still live and nest. Friends of Ottawa County Parks has also provided some of the other hot drinks and things for your enjoyment. And if you're not a coffee lover, there's other things to drink. And DeBryan Seed Store. We use DeBryan Seed here in our feeders, and they have donated prizes for us to give away. So you'll see that a little bit later. But if you visit Simpatico or DeBryan, let them know that you appreciate their sponsorship of this program. But last but not least, raise your mugs, all of you Mug Club members, because without your support, we can't do this. And so thank you, Mug Club members, for your donation and your membership, your mug. $25, you get a mug, and you get a membership. It's more than just a mug. Thank you so much, because your memberships help to support this program and feeding the birds at the feeders here. So thank you for doing that. On that note, I will say that online sales had to be stopped because we ran so low on mugs, and it's hard to control both the online and in person. So the only mugs we have left are a handful, and they're at the front. So no mad rush, no mad rush. If you haven't gotten your mug yet, they're here, but there's, I don't know, maybe 5 or so left. So there's not much left. And so if you want to purchase a mug, you're going to have to do so in person. You can still get a membership, okay? You can still get a membership without a mug, and we certainly appreciate your support that way too. Let's take a look at the birds and get started. We're real informal about this, so if anybody needs to get up at any time and refresh the coffee or get another donut, please do so. Where'd the birds go? There's a cardinal. We've got a cardinal.
Jungle in the bush.
Got a cardinal over on number 8. I'm going to get that for our online viewer. Oh, of course, then it flies. Just as soon as... Oh, there he is. There he is. Or she, I should say, is cardinal on number 8. That's their favorite feeder, number 8. For whatever reason, they really like that one. Oh, something happened. Did the squirrel just call false alarm, or what? I didn't see a hawk come by.
Yeah, they were.
We've been getting a lot of squirrels lately. Are you hearing me okay? Okay. Those of you online, please let me know if you can hear okay. We're having a little bit of a difficulty with our webcam, so we had to revert to this picture-in-picture, but the webcam is picking up my audio. I just want to make sure I'm getting both picture and audio, which is coming from that direction over there. So, but please let us know in the comments. And if, Riley, do you have any comments as to who's out there and saying hello? And
We got Carl and Judy.
Carl and Judy, welcome.
Lonnie from Zealand.
Lonnie in Zealand.
Kelly and Steve from Crockery Township.
Kelly and Steve from Crockery Township, welcome.
And Laura in Oklahoma.
Laura in Oklahoma. Yeah, that happens to be daughter of Paula. We're saying hi to Paula. We're saying hi to your mom, Laura. we're saying hi. She's right over here. Oh, and hey, by the way, nice video. I got to see a really nice video. So your mom shared it with me.
Rob and Pam from Jennison by Hager Park.
Rob and Pam, Jennison by Hager Park.
Chris from Holland.
And Chris from Holland. Excellent. So we've got a good viewership online. Thank you for joining us. And I'm going to see if we can find some more birds. It kind of cleared out. You know what I'm gonna do? When there's no birds, we can go cute. We'll go on the squirrels. Well, while there's a lack of birds, are there any questions, sightings, stories, things that you want to share with everybody? I'll try to repeat. Let's get it on a squirrel over here so that I can be in the. Yes, I know I'm panning too fast. There we go. There, now I can be in it too. Any questions, stories, sightings?
I seen a robin this morning.
Saw a robin this morning. All right. Might have a little bit of a hard time getting through the frozen ground this morning. It got cold last night, but anybody else been seeing robins around? Yeah. I've been getting a lot of reports of robins around. There's quite a few berries and. Oh, here we go. We've got some birds now. I'm going to go for this woodpecker up on number 10. We've got a downy woodpecker up on number 10. There's some goldfinches coming in. The one feeder that we have online that is constantly, it's a static feeder, is number 1. And that's the feeder that you want to watch for the chickadees and titmice and nuthatches and things, because they come and go. They don't stick around. They just come and go. And so we kind of keep it on that one, and I'll move the camera around to the others. There was a house finch on number 4 and some goldfinches. They seem kind of wary this morning. Not sure what the deal is. They're all kind of scared. Oh, this squirrel's getting a drink. Oh. Like a little too awkward. You don't want to fall in. That's cold. Yeah, that's a little better. You see, he ran up and is taking a drink from the fountain. Oh, and now he's moved off here. This squirrel was getting a drink. He was getting it from this log over here in the water, and he decided that was not stable enough. So it's more squirrels than birds this morning. I'm going to pan out here so you can see all the squirrels, the squirrel activity. It's a squirrel zoo. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take advantage of this fact that it's slow with the birds right now. It's a special day because it's coffee with the birds, right? That makes it a special day. But that's not the only special day it is today. It's not. Give me 1 second and I'll be right back.
Oh, I bet it is. Yeah, you're right.
There's a certain someone on staff, Riley. Whose birthday it is. Happy birthday, Riley. Kind enough to come in and work and go through all the stress of setting this up on her birthday. So very appreciative to Riley for all that she's doing to make this program possible and to run the live stream and things. And we're getting somewhere because of Riley. Let's just say that. So she's been a special member of our crew, and we're really glad to have her here. So thank you. And you didn't see that, did you?
What?
Coming in, I hit it. Okay. Paula saw me coming. I'm like, shh.
I thought maybe you forgot. I was like, oh.
No. And we got donuts for you too. double dip, right? Actually triple dip, right? Because it's Coffee with the Birds, it's Riley's birthday, and we're just a few days away from Valentine's Day. So there's a few pink donuts in there. Celebrate Valentine's Day. Those of you online, what birds are you seeing at your own feeders? And how are you celebrating this Coffee with the Birds Day? What are you drinking? What are you eating? What's your specialty? And we'd love to hear some bird sightings or other things that you want to share. And I will try to share them all as much as I can here online. But yeah, these the birds have really literally disappeared. Those of you who have been to a few Coffee with the Birds, you can vouch that this is not normal. This is atypical. It's a squirrel fest. So, there must be birding stories, right? There must be some things that you can share. Questions? You all are shy this morning, too. The birds are shy? Yeah.
I have a question that's more about those baffles.
Yeah.
What about the large area around the tube? What kind of baffle is that?
The tall baffle?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to turn this way so that I can get the microphone here. So the tall baffles are actually raccoon guards.
Right.
So raccoons are larger, and so they can get around the shorter baffles and reach around. And so these longer baffles, as you see by number 5 here on this pole, and then we've got it in the camera here as well. It's a really long baffle to keep raccoons from getting around. So if you have an issue with raccoons, they can still get into your feeders if you've got just that funnel-shaped baffle. And this deters bigger things. Oh, we got a tufted titmouse on 8. And a chickadee. Maybe I'm going to quick switch this back over to number 8 here, if there's some action over here. Anything coming in online?
People have been seeing flocks of robins.
People have been seeing flocks of robins. Okay.
And others put up a bluebird mealworm feeder, and so they've been getting bluebirds all winter.
And who's got the bluebirds?
Kelly.
Kelly has bluebirds at her feeder.
Or she said, sorry, she can hear them, but they don't ever come to the feeder.
Oh.
Any ideas?
Well, keep it up. That you we hear that you are hearing the bluebirds, but they're not coming into your feeder yet. Keep it up. I've actually heard that if you play bluebird songs out there just a little bit every morning, that can help bring them into the feeder. So give it a shot. Anybody else online? Boy, we're bird hunting here. Where are they?
We do have a high mom.
We have a what's that?
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. There's a hi, Mom for Paula. Keep it on the cute squirrel here. Well, like I said, the birds are just one cog in this wheel, right? We've got coffee, we've got donuts, and we've got community. So, talk to me. Somebody mentioned, and I'm calling this person out. Somebody mentioned having left.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what? Everyone left Coffee with the Birds in January, on January 21st, and went to see something. You care to share?
Sure, yeah. So my sister and I took Byron Road home from here because we both live in Kentwood, and we saw one of the eagles, but somewhere close to where the nest was. I know where the nest is, but anyway, then we went past the Friesland Airport, and the snowy owl was sitting on the farthest building there. And my sister spotted it as we went by, and we turned around and came back, and there was someone else sitting there taking pictures of it, so, and we were a long ways away from it. So we were
That's
close.
excellent.
And we can thank you because the next day, we had heard about it.
Yeah,
And so I took Kyler out on that Sunday
Yeah.
afternoon to see if we could get his lifer.
yeah.
And it looked like a plastic bag sitting in the field. And
Yeah.
then the plastic bag looked at us.
Uh-huh, yeah.
So-
It turned its head.
And yeah, so we're the only ones out there, and again, like,
Awesome.
it was fairly close, when we were on
Yeah.
the road, but we got a really good view, we could stay there as long as we wanted to watch it.
Cool.
And so thanks to the folks that, you know,
Yeah,
found it the first time, so a lot of us got to,
That's
you
awesome.
know.
Excellent. And your name?
Melissa.
Melissa. So Melissa and her sister went from Coffee with the Birds last time down to Byron Road to look for the snowy owl and did find it. And then Ryan Beebe with his son Kyler also followed up on that. And Kyler, how old is Kyler? 11. He's hiding back there. I see you. 11-year-old Kyler got his lifer snowy owl, the same owl down there off of Byron Road in Friesland by the airport. And they all assured me that they kept their safe distance to respect the bird, so I appreciate that. We want to keep them around, we want to keep them safe and healthy, so our views should not deter from their activities, right? But excellent. Have we got some birds coming in now?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? There's a downy woodpecker on 9. We got a downy woodpecker. I don't know what he's doing on the finch feeder. If I can even get this feeder
There's got a
to
nuthatch
focus.
up there too, in one of the trees, white breast.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
So on the right side.
Where the black squirrels just, I mean, the
There, you get the silhouette of the downy here. Here's a nuthatch.
Nuthatch on 4.
Not 4 now.
Oh, there's 2 of them.
Oh, yeah.
There we go, nuthatch. And that guy, the nuthatch here on number 6, that's the mealworm feeder. So you can see how the little wormy is sticking out. Oh, and then the nuthatch came to number 1 there as well. Now we're getting a little bit more activity. Here's a chickadee. There we go, chickadee. I just had it on that feeder and I moved it off to find the chickadee and then he went to that feeder. That's nice. Somebody's spotting a kayak on the river. That's the kind of winter we got going on. Chickadee at the feeder there again. Apologies for this webcam debacle here to those of you online. Last time we had a dedicated webcam, but for some reason these pieces of tech, they have their own mind. And Riley set it up the exact same way, and all we got was a black screen with that webcam. So we're having to do a picture-in-picture on this camera, on this camcorder. So every time I move the camcorder, I have to move with it. So apologies for that, but we're doing the best that we can. And we've got the ball rolling on a few more things. Maybe we'll be able to have that by next time. We'll see. It's been a much more arduous process than what I imagined it would be, getting this stuff all settled, but I think this process is also refining how we're going to do it in the end. So thank you for your patience, and thank you for your patience. And with that said, I would love to hear your feedback, okay? And I mean that really, because we're trying to find a balance that you all can enjoy it here and they all can enjoy it online, but that neither one takes away from the other. And we're not going to hit the mark every time, and we appreciate your patience when that happens, but we also appreciate, oh, Hairy Woodpecker, yep. We also appreciate you letting us know. Our feelings will not be hurt. Our feelings will be, oh, there was the red belly, but he just took off. Did you catch it? Was it on the, okay, you got him. Our feelings will not be hurt. They will only be hurt if you don't tell us what you need, because that's the only way we can really meet your needs. Oh, yeah, was he on 3?
He was on 3.
I captured him. I had him on here. I didn't realize it. The red-breasted nuthatch. So now we're getting a little bit more activity. There's a hairy woodpecker up here in the tree. If it'll focus right. There he is. Actually got a natural shot there. And those of you in the front row get to be in the picture too. So now you can see some of those people who are here. Those of you online, you can see some of the visitors. Oh, and now we're going to get an up-close look because he just flew into number 5 here. There we go, hairy woodpecker.
Yeah.
Any other comments coming in online? Are they hearing me okay? And
Yep, hearing okay. Someone had 16 bald eagles on Lake Macatawa yesterday.
whoa, somebody had 16 bald eagles on Lake Macatawa yesterday.
Wow.
Who was that?
Whippoorwill.
Oh, Carl and Judy.
What do they have?
Carl and Judy had 16 bald eagles on Lake Mac.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
It must be pretty frozen.
Yeah.
Were they out on? They must have been out on the ice. They'll gather in large numbers sometimes, but wow, that's impressive.
Why would they be on the ice?
They like to be out on the ice because they want to get close to the open water. They'll rest on the ice, go fishing, haul the fish out onto the ice and eat it there. And it's also further. Oh man, look at this. I gotta switch it over to this feeder. Here we go. A lot of goldfinches over on number 4. If this will focus, there we go. All the goldfinches on 4. Yes.
Can you talk about the difference between male and female goldfinches? How we tell?
Yes. There is a difference between male and female goldfinches even in the winter. If you'll notice, there are duller ones and there are brighter yellow ones, especially the ones that have yellow in the face, like an obvious yellow in the face. Those are the males. The females are mostly dull. They may have just a tinge of tannish yellow in them, but generally speaking, they are much duller than the males. Like the bottom right, sticking out to the right, that's a male there with a nice bright yellow on the face. But they look more similar in the winter than they do in the summer. In the summer, the males turn that bright, bright yellow. The females do turn brighter yellow, but they don't turn brilliant yellow like the males. So, oh, there's the house finch. House finch by number 4. I think he went. Did he go down to number 3?
Yeah.
Oh, he's at 3, yeah.
There's one at 4 still.
Oh, yeah, there is.
There we go. Now we've got some action going on.
Junko in the back.
Oh yeah, you know what? You're right. We haven't had any ground birds.
Yeah, where's the tree?
Where's the juncos and tree sparrows?
Yeah, we've had some.
All the squirrels are chasing them off, I think.
They can hang out in the bush.
That's a nice male house finch there on number 3, nice and red.
Junko on 7 in the back.
Junko on 7. I see the titmouse. He just flew.
He's on the back.
Yeah, hiding, of course. So we're getting some juncos in here. Any other bird sightings in here?
Chickadee.
Oh, chickadee.
Yeah,
We just went to.
Downy on 4.
Oh, look at them.
Downy on 4 now. Nice combination of. Ooh. That's a male downy woodpecker. You can see the red on the back of the head there. It's nice to have the activity back. I'm going to try to get it on a junco if I can.
They're by
One,
8 underneath.
Oh, underneath number 8. So we're gonna get a new bird species for those of you who are online. Underneath number 8. Oh, there he flew off, but I caught him. Oh, there's one in the snow. Right there. There's dark-eyed junco. I'm gonna just turn this off for a sec. There. Dark-eyed junco with a white belly and the dark charcoal back and head.
How do you tell the males and females in those?
So the males are going to be the ones that are really dark, with a white belly. The females and the immatures are more like the one that's right out there in the open. The males are more like the one that's over by the fake stone. So this is more like a female or an immature, the one that's in the camera right now. And then this guy right here is a male. And you can see the real darker charcoal color all across. There's more brown and light gray in the females and immature birds. So these guys will be leaving in the spring. They're just wintertime residents, and they love to feed on the ground. So that's important to remember, is how to feed birds. To feed them where they want to eat. And oftentimes they differ in where they want to eat. So, oh wow, that's cool. There we go. So juncos, American tree sparrows, they all like to be on the ground. Cardinals like to be on the ground quite a bit too. And the goldfinches like to just hang out on the feeders like number 4. The chickadees and the nuthatches and the titmice come in and grab and go. So they all have their preferences. There was a mourning dove here earlier too, and that's another one that likes to be on the ground. I saw it fly in earlier. I'm going to move this back over to the finch feeder here because I call it the finch feeder, but there, we got all the finches on it. That's a pretty one to look at. And the hairy woodpecker now is right in front of us on number 5. Well, I get it just on number 4, and then the hairy woodpecker shows up here on number 5. I feel like I gotta show this for a little bit and then switch it.
We have a question online.
Question online, yes.
The male red-bellied woodpecker was chasing the female around like it was mating season. Does the sunshine make them do that, or was it more of a territorial thing?
That's a really good question. So the question is, there was a male red-bellied woodpecker chasing a female red-bellied woodpecker around, and I assume it was today because it was a sunny day. Is this territorial behavior or is it mating behavior? I would not doubt it to be. Oh, there's a chickadee. I would not doubt that it would be actual courting behavior, mating behavior. The reason I say that is because as we get into mid-February and the sun starts to come out, it seems to me that's when I start hearing them drumming more. Who's heard woodpeckers drumming recently? Yeah? Online too. You know, let us know. Are you hearing? We got a lot of yeses in here that people have been hearing the woodpeckers drumming recently. And once you hear that drumming starting, then you know that the hormones are flowing and the pair bonds are starting to build. So if it was a male chasing a female, I suspect it was courting behavior.
Is it drumming because they're making their nest? No.
The drumming is a territorial. This is my neck of the woods call. So it's indicating that they will be doing some nest building. Yes. But that they're getting ready to set up their territories so that they can raise their young. Oh, hairy and downy at the same time. The downy chased off the hairy that time. He said, I'm not going to let the big guy pick on me. I'm going to drive that big guy out. That was good. Good job there. It's a female downy right here in front of us. She's not messing around. I like it. Yes.
And some of these warmer sunny days too, I've been hearing some birds singing.
Ah.
You know, housefinch, goldfinch,
Yeah.
robins.
Gotcha. So Carol is mentioning that she's been hearing some birds singing. Goldfinch, housefinch, robin. I've heard cardinal already a couple of different times. Anybody else out there been hearing birds singing in your neighborhoods or parks? Anybody else here too? So oftentimes we associate that with the amount of sunshine. Well, it's more to do with the length of day, daylight. So as the day is lengthening, the birds know it. But I won't discredit the fact that I tend to hear more bird songs on a sunny day too. So maybe they're just reminded of the length of day and the brightness, and they do tend to sing more and drum more on a sunny day. That's anecdotal, but my experience. Do we get a second to that out here?
Yep.
Yeah, we got a lot of seconds on that one. But yeah, it's always nice to hear cardinal. I actually heard my first cardinal in January. It was the last couple of days of January, and so I recorded it. I said, it's not often I hear one in January already. So, oop. Oh, they switched places again now. We got the Harry back on the feeder. So Downy and hairy woodpecker, two species that are virtually identical, other than the 2-inch size difference and the length of the beak. Just take a look at the big beak on this guy. The downy woodpecker, when he comes in, the beak is almost hidden behind the little feathering on the face. When you see them next to each other, it becomes real obvious. When you see them apart from each other, it can be a little bit difficult to tell them apart. So, at this view, you can see right around his collar, he's actually got that collar of black that comes down kind of toward the shoulder. That also is something that hairy woodpeckers have that downy woodpeckers do not. There he goes.
Oh, I just saw it, yeah.
There it is.
What do you have?
I don't know, there's something in the distance, it's probably a hawk or something, yeah.
So a potential hawk was spotted. Everything kind of scattered. The squirrels are still hanging. Any more comments from our online viewers?
Some people have titmice calling, and
Some people have titmice calling. Yeah, that's another early caller.
some hairy woodpeckers were calling and chasing at Stuyvesant trails last week.
Hairy woodpeckers calling and chasing at Stuyvesant trails in Holland the other day. So definitely things are leaning towards spring.
Curtis, I got like at least 200 rounds in the trees behind my house.
Wow.
I took a video. Every tree was plastered.
Wow. Where was that?
Trees right, I live on Blair.
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
I live on Blair Street.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I have these red trees, red apple trees. I think that's what they're called, those
Yeah.
red.
Yep.
Every tree was plastered and then the trees outlining. I took pictures.
Wow.
I could not count. There was that many. They were there, I don't know, almost a week. Then they
Wow.
fly back into the woods and I see they're,
Yep.
they're up at the top of the pine trees eating the, like the, I guess some of the pine cones. It was phenomenal.
Wow. Like your name?
Robin.
Robin. Hey, all right. So Robin from down on Blair Street is reporting robins on Blair Street. 200 robins or so, maybe more, eating off of the crab apples. That's incredible. Blair Street down this end somewhere,
Yeah.
just south of us. Next to Sheldon Woods School. So if you want to see a big flock of robins, go down to Sheldon Woods School, Blair Street.
They're dispersing now, but there is still, you know,
Yeah,
probably 30.
gotcha. Yeah, they eat until it's gone, and then they move to the next patch. So, you know.
I'm interested in what they do with those, crab apples or whatever they're pulling off the tree, because I had them all over my yard.
Yeah, they're messy with them.
What, they eat the whole thing?
Yeah.
They just Okay.
Yep, they can either eat the whole thing or they'll peck off of it. So asking about crab apples, how they eat them. Well, they're messy eaters, so you'll get it all over the sidewalk and things. Because of the abundance of it, then they feel privileged to be just messy. You know, like, oh, there's another one over there. If I drop that one, it doesn't matter. You know, it's just they just keep going, making a big mess. So. Yep. Anybody else seeing any flocks of berry-eating birds? Well, cedar waxwings can often do the same thing, descend on berry trees. So.
Even I saw cedar waxwing and robins on the Bradford pear trees. They're in Pentwater, lining the main street there in Hancock Street.
Okay. Okay. So cedar waxwings and Pentwater on. You said eating the crab apples. Yeah,
No,
yeah,
they're
cedar
eating
waxwings.
it's Bradford pears.
Oh, you said Bradford pears. Yes, eating Bradford pears. So, yep. I haven't been seeing a whole lot of cedar waxwings around this winter, but they're there.
Oh, it's 2 days ago.
2 days ago in Pentwater.
Yeah.
Of course, if you go further north, you want to look for some of the other berry-eating birds like grosbeaks, pine grosbeaks eat a lot of berries. Evening grosbeaks will eat berries too. Here's a male hairy woodpecker. No American tree sparrows yet. Gotta look at my list here. Goldfinch, yes. Housefinch. Blue jay we've not had. Or did we have it earlier? Earlier? Okay, we'll count it. Mourning dove I know we had earlier. Red-breasted and white-breasted nuthatch, tufted titmouse, black-capped chickadee, cardinal, yep, hairy, downy, and red-belly, we've had those. Pileated has not shown up today. It may not, it's really sporadic, but I did see it. Ironically, it came into the feeders the very day that somebody was asking about it, and I said, yeah, it hasn't been coming into the feeders at all this winter, and then it came in, like that very day. So, oh, red-breasted nuthatch right here. Nice and up-close view of the red-breasted nuthatch, eating the suet here. I don't know if I had captured that one on film yet, so now online viewers get to see our cute little, I think if we were to have a cute contest for the birds, red-breasted nuthatch, yeah? I agree. Cute and friendly. There he is over here now. Oh, and there he went. So the rest of the list over here, dark-eyed junco we have had, and American tree sparrow we have not yet, which is really odd. We had been getting a nice big flock of American tree sparrows pretty regular. So I don't know if the increased temperatures and the rain kind of dispersed them, but during the cold stint and snow, we were getting quite a few in here. We usually at least get one. And then the only other one on there is white-throated sparrow. And the white-throated sparrow I've not seen for a while, but we do have a wintering white-throated sparrow. So I always keep an eye out for them, but like I said, I haven't seen them in a while. So we're not doing pretty good diversity-wise, right? We got the chickadee on one, grab and go. But if you want to hear and see, well, I guess I didn't get them on video, but if you want to hear some American tree sparrows actually singing, you can wait until March here, or late February, and you'll start to hear them doing their twinkling song. Or you can go to Alaska in June, and yeah, you like that better. I do too. And the video that I have coming out today is my part 4 of the Alaska video, and you will hear American tree sparrows singing on territory in that video. I didn't get any video of them. They were always skulking and hiding and things, but I got videos of a few other birds, I should say. So, including a gray-cheeked thrush sitting up at the top of a tree singing, which we never see around here. They're always skulking and quiet and, hard to see. But a couple of years ago, a year and a half ago, was in Alaska, and those of you who've been watching the series, the new one is coming out today, and I hope, I don't know, has it, do you know, is it still processing?
I haven't run it.
It's having some issues with still pending, it says on here. I don't like that. I started uploading this video. This is more for you guys online too. I wanted to mention this, that I started uploading my video yesterday afternoon sometime, late afternoon, and it still is down uploading. Like it's not, so something might be wrong. And so if you click on it and it says still pending, I apologize, but I put this up on there yesterday afternoon. It's a 20-minute video, so I was hopeful that it would be fine. It shouldn't take this long. So be patient. Sorry, I'll send the link out again later if it is not working today. But the video is going to be your version of the Tidbit presentation, which will be starting in a little bit. I will be giving an in-person presentation here on a portion of that video. Hopefully, hopefully it can finish up real soon. So my apologies. Those links, I believe, are in the description of this video, but they're also on the Coffee with the Birds page. So if you go to miottawa.org/birding and you click on Coffee with the Birds, you'll scroll down and see the link to the Alaska video. It is Denali Highway in Fairbanks.
Yeah. Right. That's what it is.
Any other questions? Yes, please do.
Do you get northern flickers here?
Do we get northern flickers here? That's the question. Yes. We do get them year-round as well. But in the winter, the northern flickers are. That guy might be having trouble.
Is
he injured?
Yeah. He's not landing on
He's
anything.
been doing that, he landed a lot.
He might have some vision issues.
Yeah, oh, that's right.
That's what I'm thinking. He might have some vision issues. We've got a finch that was fluttering around out there trying to find a place to sit.
Oh, yeah.
This guy right here.
He's got the.
Does he have conjunctivitis?
Yep, he does.
Oh, yes, he does.
Will that
I
spread?
can't get the.
Yeah.
It's hard to control that in such a gregarious bird as goldfinches are. They're hanging with each other whether they're at the feeders or not. So every once in a while we'll see a bird like this that gets that conjunctivitis, and it is a pretty regular occurring thing with finches. If you get too concerned or you see it spreading too much in your birds, then the best thing to do is take your feeders down and wash them, and wait a little while before putting them back up. Yeah. The house finches can catch that too. Any other questions here or online? I'll take questions in here first because I know the delay is going to keep that question from being heard until 30 seconds from now.
Curtis, have there been sightings this winter of snow buntings in this area?
Snow buntings. No. Well, earlier this winter, I will say yes. So the question is, have there been snow buntings in our area this winter? Snow buntings can overwinter here, but I think that the best time to see snow buntings is actually in migration. So November into December, and then again in late February. So we are actually entering migration right now. Believe it or not, birds are on the move. We will be seeing an increase, especially in our farmland areas, of birds such as snow buntings and horned larks in particular. And then mixed with them are Lapland longspurs. So take a look, go drive some of those dirt roads and plan to get a car wash afterward. But drive the dirt roads looking for where the manure has been freshly spread. They usually like to congregate there. And see if you can find some horned larks. and mixed in with them is oftentimes some snow buntings and Lapland longspurs. That's one thing. That's one reason why my winter birding field trips I schedule for late February, because we're catching migration. And so next weekend is the, anybody in here going on the field trip next weekend? Okay, I'm leading 2 field trips, a part 1 and a part 2. You can do one or both. I believe there's some more space, but I haven't checked. Is it full?
Last week, it's waitlisted.
It's waitlist on both?
Yeah.
Okay, get on the wait list. maybe we'll have some spots open up. But we do Pigeon Lake waterfowl in the morning, and then we go out into the farm country looking for things like snow buntings and rough-legged hawks and snowy owls if we can, things like that. So should be a good time. That's next week Saturday.
Curtis?
Yes.
I did have a few snow buntings on Bingham Road.
On Bingham?
Last week, Saturday.
Okay. Carol had a couple of snow buntings on Bingham Road last week Saturday. One of the best places to look for snow buntings in West Michigan is up at the Muskegon wastewater. They like to be on that center dike that separates the 2 big lagoons. So if you're up that way, you have your permit to go out there, that's a good way to do it. Oh, morning dove. Yep, I'm going to have to move the camera over here.
Just in front of the hemlocks on the tree. Branch.
Oh, I see it.
Down on the ground now. Hey, we got the morning dove for you online viewers. We're not doing too shabby now. It started out real slow. It never gained its full momentum that we've seen in the past, but not bad.
Curtis, have you been seeing any common redpolls yet this year?
So there's an online question asking if I've seen any common redpolls yet this year. And my answer is no, I have not. But winter's not over, and in fact, February can be a good time for them to show up. They start to move around a bit and can sometimes spend a few weeks in our area before heading on to another spot. So keep a lookout, keep your finch feed out. I know that there were some that were spotted on the Christmas bird count back in December. But other than that, I don't know that any have been seen.
Last week there was one reported, I think, at the wastewater.
At the Muskegon wastewater?
Last
Okay.
week, one, I think it was one.
So a report of 1 at the Muskegon wastewater last week. So there may be a few around. Consider yourself lucky if you connect with one this year. In certain years there can be a lot. This year it is not one of those years. We're lucky to have a few around in any particular year though. So, oh, we got Downey and Harry here together. Are they going to get along? Oh! Hey, the squirrel. So, you can hear the oohs and ahs in the crowd here because this squirrel just did an acrobatic feat. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit and you can see this branch right up here. He climbed out on this branch, this dark branch, and then dropped straight on down to the branch behind the woodpeckers here and landed on this branch and then climbed out to feed on the premium bird seed here. Hey, Mr. Squirrel, I put plenty on the ground for you. What are you going for that for, huh? Well, that's a fun and entertaining way to wrap up the feeder watching session here. When he does that and breaks a few ribs in the process, I'm like, well, I'll let him eat for a minute. Well, we're going to wrap up the live stream here and the in-person portion of Coffee with the Birds. And we're going to move into the great room here in a few minutes for a presentation. Thank you to those of you online for joining. I hope that you had an entertaining morning. Every Coffee with the Birds is a bit different, but we'll end on the downy and the hairy woodpecker feeding on the same suet. So thank you. We're going to cut my mic here in a minute. I appreciate all of your support. I appreciate that you can join us online. Let us know if you have any comments on how we can improve this experience for you. And we'll see you next time. The next Coffee with the Birds is March 18th. That will be the last of the season. And hope to see you either online or in person at Coffee with the Birds next time. We'll try to get that video up and running just as soon as possible. And once it is running, if it's not now, I will send out a link later so that you can know that it is up and running. So I apologize if that video has not finished uploading, but we'll get you on it soon. So thank you all very much. I'm going to move on and catch you the next time.
Chase that squirrel on that deer.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'll join you in the great room here momentarily.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna have to move this.
Yeah.
Yeah.